Liverpool fans, catch your breath. Calm down. That right there, I'll tell you now, that may be the most craziest game I have ever seen. Alisson Becker with one of the greatest goalkeeping performances I have ever seen. But you know who deserves the most credit tonight? Arne fucking Slot. That man had the cojones, had the bollocks to take off the best player in the world, Mohamed Salah, who was having a quiet night. Put on Darwin Nunez and Harvey Elliott, and those two combined for the goal. I told every single person, I thought Liverpool would win 3-1, but I told everyone on the football terrace, on TikTok, Liverpool will win this game. I also told all of you back in September that Liverpool win the Premier League. And you know what? 90% of you are still not subscribed. So go down and hit that subscribe button. The road to 50K is on. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already. If we get it 250 likes, that would be absolutely glorious. That was the footballing definition of smash and grab. I was watching that game and I thought, what are we seeing? 27 shots on goal, 10 on target against 2 shots, 1 on target. 694 passes against 295, 71% possession against 29. But the big teams know how to do it. And Liverpool, in my opinion, will advance to the next round of the Champions League. And let's be brutally honest. Let's be brutally honest here. We all know what happens when it comes down to Anfield. I honestly can't believe that game. It had absolutely everything. Huge VAR drama. You know, Kvaratskhlia scores an offside goal. Should Konate have been sent off? We're going to jump straight into it. I want to start with the lineups. I thought Arne Slot got the lineup absolutely bang on the money. I thought Cody Gakpo would start on the left. I'm going to be brutally honest. I thought he would. I don't know if he's completely fit, but it was, of course, Luis Diaz who started on the left. You know, this game, honestly, had absolutely everything. I thought Diaz, Salah, and Jota as a front three, I don't think it was their best night. I thought Szoboszlai had a really good game. I thought McAllister and Gravenberch's work rate to get up and down the field yet again consistently, ridiculous work rate from those two. I thought Robertson had a really good game. Last 20 minutes, played some really good passes, dealt with Barcola and Kvaratskhlia actually decently, I would say. They kept swapping Barcola and Kvaratskhlia. You know, that front three of PSG has a lot of pace in it. You know, I mean, look at that front three for pace. It's the lightning attackers. I thought Vitinha, I thought Mendes for PSG dealt with Salah relatively well. I don't really think that was Salah's best night. But once again, when we talk about in-game tactical substitutions, Arne Slot for me is the best manager in Europe at that right now. He can see at the right time when a player is struggling. You know, don't get me wrong, PSG pretty much battered Liverpool for 90 minutes. They absolutely destroyed them. PSG had the ball in the back of the net in the first, 25, 30 minutes. Kvaratskhlia, it was an absolutely ridiculous finish, but it was offside with his heel. Gravenberch, for me, has to do faster at closing him down. But, they rode their luck, Liverpool. Now, the Konate one, what I would say is, and when I first saw it, I didn't think it was a red card. The Konate challenge on, was it Dembele? What I would say is, due to the inconsistencies of Premier League refs, that may be a red card. The Champions League, I believe they are a little bit stricter. I wouldn't be surprised if that was given, but I can understand why it wasn't given. I think it's a red card, but I also don't think it's not. Don't get me wrong, he does barge you in the back, but, for whatever reason, it wasn't given. The amount of saves Alisson made in that first half was absolutely ridiculous. PSG's XG was 1.37 at half time. Meanwhile, Liverpool was 0.13. You know, Hakimi, Dembele, Fabian Ruiz, Jan Neves, Vitinha, Kvaratskhelia, Barcola, all having shots on goal. But Alisson has an answer every single time. The best goalkeeper in world football for me. An absolute goalkeeping masterclass of the highest level. An insane goalkeeper performance. Not only that, when Alisson fell to the floor, there was Szoboszlai to block a shot. There was Robertson to block a shot. They put the ball over. Around the hour mark, PSG brought on a name that a lot of Tottenham fans will know, Desiree Doué for Bradley Barcola. Big change that from Luis Enrique. Also took off Kvaratskhelia, which I think a lot of football fans would be surprised at that change, and Liverpool fans would be very, very happy. But where the game changed, the 67th minute, Arne Slot brings on Darwin Nunez, who is heavily criticised by Liverpool fans. And you know what? I'm going to give him some praise because I think some of the stick he gets is unnecessary. This is a guy that scored big, important goals for Liverpool this season. That Brentford game away, bags a brace in the 90th minute. You know, last season scored a goal at the death against Nottingham Forest. He has showed before that he can deliver. Curtis Jones, to me, was a very good change. He's very, very good at ball retention. He's very good at delaying the final pass in the final third, which I don't think Szoboszlai or McAllister have in their locker. You know, his work rate is phenomenal. He brought on him. You know, Van Dijk booked for time wasting. I thought, you know, I was thinking, what on earth is he doing there? But it is what it is. He brought on Endo for Gravenberch, another big, big change. Gravenberch, not his finest night, but the change that won him the game. In the 85th minute, he took off Mohamed Salah, who did have a quiet night by his standards. And then the goal scorer, the guy that Liverpool fans absolutely adore. And I speak to a lot of Liverpool fans that say, this guy needs more game time. He needs more game time, and that is Harvey Elliott. He comes on the pitch in the 85th minute and in the 87th minute. It's a long ball upfield, which Liverpool did a lot. Darwin Nunez, you know he's going to gamble. You know his work rate. You know he's going to keep battling. Wins the header, plays a pass into Harvey Elliott, and the finish is absolutely ridiculous. And they make it 1-0 Liverpool. Would you just believe it? Having been under the pump, under the cosh for 87 minutes. Alisson pumps a long ball upfield. Darwin Nunez wins the header. And there is Harvey Elliott, who is played in. And Liverpool have a shock lead of 1-0. And when it goes back to Anfield, I think we all know the answer. Liverpool will progress into the next round for me. That was absolutely a goalkeeping masterclass, but Arne Slot deserves huge, huge credit. Huge credit for me. You know, PSG's XG was 1.82 at the end, whereas Liverpool was 0.27. But they are the ones that come back victorious. They are the ones that will go back to Anfield with a 1-goal lead. And I want to look at the match they've got on the weekend. You know, it's the perfect fixture for Liverpool to make a lot of changes. I think you may see Harvey Elliott start in this game. I think you may see Darwin Nunez start in this game. But that is an absolute perfect fixture for Liverpool to then go into Anfield protecting a 1-0 lead. And I'll be honest, I think they will score 1 or 2 goals, keep a clean sheet, and win this 3-0 on aggregate. They don't concede goals to the big teams. This is a team that have beaten Leverkusen, keeping a clean sheet, beating Man City home and away, keeping a clean sheet, beating Real Madrid, keeping a clean sheet, going to the San Siro and beating AC Milan, beating Newcastle, keeping a clean sheet. They are the best team in the world for me right now. The only team which I can see stopping them is Real Madrid. And that's not a done game. Simeone may have something in store for Real Madrid. And if Real Madrid do get knocked out, this Liverpool team will win the Champions League. And then next weekend, the 16th of March, Liverpool will play Newcastle. Newcastle will be without Lewis Hall, who picked up an injury. Gordon is suspended, and Alexander Isak is a doubt. So that is pure joy to Liverpool fans' ears. And then, of course, after the international break, it's a Merseyside derby against Everton, away at the Craven Cottage, and then against West Ham at the London Stadium. This Liverpool team have every single thing for me to be a successful side. They've got the mentality. They've got world-class players who turn up in the biggest moments. They've got a manager who makes the big impactful changes during a game, right? They've got the fan base who are as loyal to the core and never really shit on their players, you know, and not only that, they're an elite football club who haven't signed anyone. I'm not even going to count Federico Chiesa. The guy's barely played. And this Liverpool team are something else. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. I am